Hello, what is going on there? What is going on there? I'm not quite sure what all that was about, but never mind. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good night. Good, whatever it is, wherever you are. Today, I am doing an unscheduled live stream. This is not one that I was planning on doing. I've taken an hour or so out of work to do this one because a few people have said these new cars that are coming in Gran Turismo 1.7 look absolutely fantastic. Would really like your honest opinion on them. And I thought, well, let's do it. Let's just dive in and see how we can get on with these cars. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I prefer the GR3s and GR4 cars to the GR1s. I quite like the GR2s. The GR1s don't normally do anything for me. So when I heard that we were going to get 4 Gr.1 Prototype Series cars, I must admit I was a bit, really? You know, it's great that a lot of people are really excited about it and it's good for Gran Turismo. For me, I would have much preferred to have had a few more GR3 cars. And in particular, the one car that I really want is the BMW M4 that Jimmy Broadbent and Super GT drive, or were driving a little while ago. Why is that car not in the game? Two of the biggest sim racers on the planet have been racing that car with Misha and the team at the Nordschleife, the Bilstein car. Why was that not in the game? It's so badly missed, in my opinion. And of course, I think they've been doing a Porsche recently and stuff like that. So for me, I would have preferred to see those. Anyway, what we're going to do in this one, I've got the 1.7 release installed, and annoyingly, I've bought one of the cars, which I shouldn't have done, but we'll get to that in a minute. So let's go and have a look at the cars. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the other aspects of the update. There will be a million other YouTube channels that will be doing that. All I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the cars, I'm going to buy the cars, and then we're going to go into the World Circuit races, the new ones, and just see, you know, what they're like. Are they any good? How do I get on with them? Now, I have bought the Porsche 911 Turbo S safety car. It's another 992, and the 992 has been one of the go-to cars for the GR3 races more recently. But we've got one, well, with some safety car lights on the top. I wonder if that's going to feature in the daily races anytime soon. It was 380,000 credits. I've bought it. It's in there. It's done. What's more important is is this an LMP car, or I don't know quite what you call it. I mean, Gran Turismo call it a Gr.1 prototype. That's what we will refer to it as. Personally, I think that they've gone with these cars because I think they're worried about LMU and some of the other games that are coming through with some really good content. Project Motor Racing, yeah, least said about that, the better. But there's talk that they are going to be coming good during the latter half of this year. Let's see. I'm not getting too much into that at the moment because obviously True Force isn't supported at the moment, and that's one of the only reasons I'm staying away from it at the moment. But also I'm loving Gran Turismo at the minute. So yeah, this is the Porsche 963 2024 car. So, you know, we're in 2027 and this is a 24 model. So this is already sort of like, well, we're 2026. So already a couple of years out. Where did I get 2027 from? Getting ahead of myself. It's because I'm 60 next year. That's what it is. All my eyes and my thoughts are on 2027. It's 2026, so it's 2 years old, this car. Okay, fair enough. It's okay. It's a mid-engined rear-wheel drive car, 670 horsepower. We've got 68.5 kgfm of torque, and obviously you've got the stats on the screen there as well. Are we going to buy it? Of course we are. It's 3 million credits. Only one set of colours that we can have for this. So one would imagine that there will be a lot of people that will be putting liveries on these cars over the next few days. But the Penske livery does look pretty good. Hopefully, I'm going to have enough credits for all of these cars because I have been grinding recently to try and get the credits up. So they're going to be disappearing greatly. Now, I am a BMW fan, but I'm going to leave that one till last. There is also the Ferrari. Probably doing these in completely the wrong order because those people that are in the know, I think there's two different types of these cars in two different series or something. But again, Gran Turismo's lumped them all into one. So there we go. So this one is a Ferrari 499p, a 2023 car. So we're even older now. This one's like 3 years old. This one is basically 3-litre cubic capacity, 4-wheel drive, this one. So whereas the Porsche is a mid-rear, this one is a 4-wheel drive, 670 horsepower, 80.5 torque. And again, you could see the other details on the screen. Again, another £3 million car. Again, only one set of colours. So we will grab that one and see how we go. And again, I'm not getting into all the details about the cars. There will be loads of people that will be more into their motorsport and will know more about these cars than I do. So I will leave that to those people. Then we're heading into Peugeot. So we've got two very expensive marques that we've just picked up. Peugeot, I guess you could say it's still just as expensive. It's, you know, Peugeot are a great manufacturer, but you consider them to be in, you know, sort of family friendly cars. This one is the Peugeot 9X8 from 2025. So we are getting a little bit closer to the to newer cars. Again, the displacement is not a lot. Is this an electric car, I wonder? Oh, please don't tell me we've got electric hypercars. Maybe we have, who knows? It's 4-wheel drive, 670 horsepower, and again, 68.6 torque. So yeah, sort of similar, another turbocharged car. In fact, it's got a turbocharger on there, would make me think that it is petrol driven. Who knows? We're going to buy it. Only one colour again, so we're going to purchase that. These colours probably based on the team colours when they were raced in real life. I'm assuming. So we'll get into that car now. And then we've got the last one, the one that I'm obviously looking forward to, and that is the BMW. If I'm not mistaken, run by Max Verstappen recently when he was in the one of the, was it iRacing or one of the sim races just recently where he threw it off the track, and or a lot of controversy over that because I think the Ferrari went off as well, but they pushed Alt F4 and jumped out of the game, and I think they got picked up on it. So this one is a 4-litre car, again mid-engined rear-wheel drive, 641 horsepower, 62.9 torque, and again with the turbocharger. Do I like the livery on that one? Yes, okay, it's all right. But again, I believe just the one set of colours, red, white and blue tends to be the BMW colours. And then just that huge gaping hole at the front of the car. Just, you know, that's a new take on the kidney grille, I think. It does look stunning. It's beautiful. I will be looking forward to getting out in this. And it'll probably be one of the first cars that I get out into. So let's go ahead and buy that one as well. And my credits have now vanished. So 12 million credits, just over, with the safety car as well. And hopefully many of you have managed to grind for these cars, or at least you've managed to get enough credits to buy your favorite car. Which is your favorite of those cars, I wonder? If we pop into the garage, we can have a quick look. I'm not going to get into any tuning of these cars or anything like that, but the cars that we've got is the BMW, the hybrid V8 2025 model, the Peugeot 9X8 2025, then we got the Ferrari 499p, and we should have let's do acquired. We should have the Porsche. There it is. The 963 2024. And then finally, that little Porsche 911 Turbo S safety car, another 992. So we've got 2 of those. So I think, oh, which one should we go for? It's got to be the BMW first, doesn't it? I think it's got to be the BMW to get out on there first. Right, we've got a couple of cafe notes now. We had one when we first started. We've now got 2. So doesn't look like we've got any menu, new menu books, but we're going to have an extra menu, which is going to be obviously to buy those 3 cars. So if you want this menu book, first of all, you've got to go and get yourself 9 million credits. And the cars that you are after, it's not even the new cars, look. Not even the new cars. It's the Porsche 919 Hybrid 2016, the Audi R18 2016, and the Toyota TS050 16. So to get this reward, you don't even need to buy the new cars. If you've got the old ones, all good. And there you go. So those are the 3 new cars that we have got in that menu book. So if you haven't bought those 3, you need even more than the 12 million credits. Our PD after credits, I wonder at the moment. We've got a new seasonal menu up. So the seasonal menu, receive a bonus for collecting some seasonal cars. Now it's all 4. Now you need all 4 for this one too. We're going to receive the reward. A couple of decent tickets there. Should we pop out and see what those tickets have bought us? So, wouldn't it be nice if I landed on a little stack of gold that equated to 12 million and it put me back to where I needed to be? You can bet your bottom dollar there's going to be an engine in this. You watch. Oh, there's a tiny little pot of gold there. What are we going to wind up with? Oh, 500,000. Well, there you go. That's 500,000 back on what we've just spent. So, yeah, I would like to say that's paid for, well, it did, didn't it? Paid for the Porsche, I guess. You could say that it bought the Porsche. There we go. Big Sarge, I'm actually excited to try the BMW. Drat Fury's in, asking if I'm doing the Daily C. Not planning to at the moment. And Telemetry Racing in also. Thank you for the update on the cost of the cars. Number 1 Pops, I'll save my money. There are not many people like GR1, so my opinion, not worth purchasing. They won't get used, but that's my option only. Do you know what? I've got a DeLorean. What? That's not going to do me any good, is it? I'm with you, number 1, I'm afraid. I'm not a great GR1 fan. We do GR1 races at PSR when we do our lobby racing evenings from time to time. But they're not the most favourite of races, if I am honest. Right, we've also got a number of new World Circuit races in this one. One of them is a smaller race, so I'm back to 98%. Let's have a little look through here and see. So we've got a European FR Challenge 550 to do. So that's going to be a regular race around the Eiger Nord. Interesting group of cars for a little track like that. We'll come back to that one a little later. Probably do the BMW M2, I would think, in there. We got a pickup truck race. Oh, crikey. We got these brilliant prototype cars, if you want to call them brilliant. And then we've got what I think are 2 pretty lousy World Circuit races to do. A pickup truck on gravel. There you go, number 1 Pops. That'll do you. There's a race for you, my friend. There is a race for you. Ah, Big Sarge. Unfortunately, you've been deleted out by Stream Elements for the seriously ? And he's interested in the BMW. I'm interested in the BMW. BMW is the only one that's really got me sort of excited, as it were. And then I think everything else is 100 except for that prototype one. So then we've got the Prototype Series, where we've got a race at Daytona International Speedway, a Suzuka. No, I've done that one. Where am I going? There we go, over here. Lost myself there. Watkins Glen, long course. Le Mans, that had to be Le Mans, didn't it, really? And Sardegna Road Track A. Watkins Glen is sort of surprising me a little bit. 24-hour Le Mans, that one's a given. And then Sardegna. And we're looking at, actually, 220,000 credits for a win at Watkins Glen, 220 at Sardegna, and 24 hours is 260. In the chat, I'm going to do the BMW. Which of these 3 races would you like me to take on? I'm going to throw it open to you. Which one would you like me to have a go at? Number 1 Pop says, get in, right up my street. That's the pickup trucks on gravel. He's a rally fan. I'm waiting for Number 1 Pops to get back to me, actually, because I was considering doing a rally night tomorrow, but I need one of the PSR guys to spec up a set of races and cars and stuff like that. So not sure what we'll be doing tomorrow. Might be doing a bit more of these prototypes. Who knows? Try Sardegna, says Strat Fury. Also Number 1 Pops. Let's give it a whirl. So we are in the actually, can we do, I just want to check one thing. I'm going to check one thing. I did say I wasn't going to do this. Let me just check one thing. So if we come down to GT Auto, first of all, obviously you can't wide body it, you can't do an engine swap. That is music to my ears. Music to my ears. No engine swaps. No wide bodies. Tuning shop. I'm imagining this one's going to be completely blocked out. We'll go straight across to Ultimate. Not applicable on anything. The Extreme, we can put nitrous on it. Hydraulic handbrake, steering angle adapter. I am going to buy some intermediate and wet tyres, because you never know. You never know. Sardegna I'll be all right at, but Le Mans you never know. Engine, you can't do anything. Interestingly, I've already purchased the racing silencer and the racing brake kit, and also the fuller customizable suspension and the brake balance controller. All of that is a given for you. I don't know how I've acquired those. That's confused the life out of me, but there we go. A fully racing transmission is not selected. Interesting. Should we go and buy that? We'll buy it. Let's buy it. We'll put that on because, well, because you would, wouldn't you? There's no reason why you wouldn't do that. Semi-racing, we've got the fully customizable computer. We've also not got a medium RPM turbo on it. Let's put one on. You can't have the high and you can't have the low. Supercharger's not available. Obviously, we don't want the that one. LSD is bought, and then Cub Sport. Power restrictor, we'll pop that in there just in case we need it, and ballast in case we've gone a little bit too far with anything. No dirt tyres are not available. So Number 1 Pops, I'm afraid we can't run these on the gravel, my friend. It isn't going to let us. We can't rally these cars. Right, okay, so I'll do that for that one, and I'm going to assume that the same will be true for the other cars as well. Ozzy, good evening. How are you doing? Hope you are well. Thank you for popping in and dropping a like. Right, we'll go up to the event directory. We'll come down to the prototype series, which is where I've lost it. There we go. And you guys wanted me to do Sardegna. You just want me to have trouble through that corner, aren't you? You know I'm going to be in the barrier. You know I'm going to be across the grass. You know I'm going to be binning it. And the other thing as well is I'm not very good in these cars. So, and look, I should be in the Ferrari. It has got the BMW in the image there, but I should be in the Ferrari, but I'm not. I am in the BMW. Car settings, racing soft tires, details, fully customizable. I can't do anything there. 100, 0, 100, all good. I'm going to leave the downforce alone, because I don't know what it's going to do. The fully customizable racing will take us up to 350. Obviously, we could change that if we want. I didn't buy the nitrous handbrake. I'm not doing anything with. And I have got the medium RPM turbo. Should I leave that on and take it off? I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure. Ozzy says, oh, Number 1 Pop says, no running in GR1. That's a shame. Ozzy loves the Porsche, and the Super Formula should have rallying too, says Ozzy. Ooh, no, don't want to rally these cars. Why on earth would we want to do that? That would be crazy thing to do. Right, okay. You guys, right. First of all, I need to set some expectations. I'm not very good when we jump into a new car that I'm not used to. I am terrible when I jump into a new Gr.1 car. And we've got something completely new. And I've got to do 15 laps around here. Oh, look at what we're up against. We got the McLaren VGT. We've got the Jaguar XJR, the Audi VGT. Oh, a load of Class 1 cars in here. This is going to be rather interesting. And he said, exactly crazy equals fun. And here comes the excuses. He knows me too well. He knows me way too well. Oh my gosh. Right. Traction. Whoa, that's... wow. That's quick. Get it slowed down. Slow down, car. Oh, need to work the gears. Didn't like third. Did not want to get off the line then. This is as bad as last night. I'm going to be on the brakes more than I'm accelerating, I think. Oh, he doesn't like it. You've got to work the gears in this thing. I might even need to turn my volume up. Whoa! Very quiet, these cars. I normally have my volume on my TV at 20 when I'm live streaming. And I can hear the engines. I've had to come up to 30. Oh, and I didn't want to slow down. God, trying to get them off the line is difficult. Here comes that corner. Right, I'm on the hard settings, by the way. That's the other thing I didn't tell you. Maybe I should have put myself on the easy settings and at least make myself look half decent. Oh, crikey, I'm having to hold on to that steering wheel. It is, shaking like crazy. Need to brake a bit earlier. Sorry for shouting. Whoa. One of the things I'm interested in is to see whether these cars fade away when you overtake them. Like, it's one of my pet hates at the moment in Gran Turismo. You can fight to catch and overtake. Well, which way are you going? Woo! And then once you've overtaken, I've missed my braking in there again. I'm going to need to be quiet. Yeah, when you overtake them, they tend to fade away. And I'm hoping that they've resolved that issue in the current version. Just need to adjust my braking slightly. Whoa! Round we go. Oh, let's start that again. Let's do a retry. Oh, stay safe. Bye for now. Happy racing. Stay safe in this. Oh, you're having a laugh. Traction control. Have a good day, Ozzy. Right, as I said, we are on the hard settings. And I'm probably just going to need to... Oh, look how he bogs down out of third. Just doesn't want to pick up. We'll use second gear a little bit. I could just see somebody else is saying hello, but not got a lot of opportunity to look at the chat. Tom Gameplay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. If you've tuned in for some really good racing, you might have tuned into the wrong channel, mate. I'm just having a go in this new BMW at the minute. Oh, God, I've still not got that braking zone right. That corner is just killing me all the time. Look how slow it is to pick up speed. I think the one thing in this is don't make a mistake. You just got to keep it going. You definitely do not want to drop the revs too much. But coming out of the corner, you don't want to light the rear tyres up too much either. So I think there's going to be a little bit of getting used to how to race these cars. Oh my gosh, that is... Oh, that's giving me a workout on the old arms. Who needs a gym when you've got Gran Turismo and a prototype car? Just braking a little bit earlier for some of these corners now. Right, where are you going? Is this the corner? This is the corner that I was braking where I normally brake in the GR3s. Braking nearer the 200 now, just to get that done. Whoa! We dropped it again. Yeah, you can't be aggressive with these cars. Gotta be a little bit careful on the throttle. Coming out of the corners, I don't know whether to come out in second or third. Third just seems to bog down. Second just wants to kill me. I've not even thought about the strategy on this as for tyres and fuel. I'm just going for it. So I'm not necessarily going for the win, just to see what these races are like. Only on lap number 3, and I'm already approaching half fuel. And the tyres, I'm on the racing soft tyres. They are being eaten at the moment. The rear tyres obviously taking much more of a battering than the fronts. I can't even change the dials because the steering wheel's shaking so much. Got a Mazda in front now. Whoa! Round we go again. You've really got to concentrate on these things. Oh, yeah, these tyres are gone. Been on the 150 now, a lot earlier. Whoa! Runs. I got away fine in second there, and then I don't know whether it was turbo or whatever, but whoa, yeah, okay. Let's just have a quick think about this for the moment. Just jumping into these and just going for them. Interesting. Yes, my tyres were definitely gone. Most definitely gone. So for that one, most definitely, I think let's take them up for the racing mediums. See if that will get us halfway through the race. One of the things you're seeing is when I do these world circuit races for my videos, a lot of people think, oh, he just jumps in and nails them straight away. You're going to see, no, I don't. Because when I'm messing around with cars and tracks and strategies and stuff, sometimes they can take ages. And I won't stay in a BMW all the time, because I know I've only got a small amount of time, but we'll see if we can do something in this one, and then we'll jump into one of the other cars. I'll let you decide which car you want me to go in next. So a lot more careful on the throttle on that occasion. The only thing that's caught me out is occasionally I've been fine. Which way are you going? I've been fine on the getting the power down out of the corner in second, and then it's like going through here. You're like turning the steering wheel through a corner, and then you change up into third gear, and the back end just steps out. So I think unlike a lot of cars, you've got to watch when you're changing the gear. And I'm on traction control 1 here. Just knows what it would be like with traction control off, and I am having to fight the steering wheel at times. So again there, just not got the confidence through the corner. I don't want that turbo to spin up in third gear and spit me around like it has done. Oh, mind you, we are on the hard settings, by the way. I am having to work at this. These cars quite a bit quicker than the other cars that we are racing, even on the hard settings. Right up the inside of the VGT there. Past the Porsche. I think care and caution is the word that you need to apply with these cars. So starting to get a feel for it. So we've got the fastest lap of 1:28.2, but I'm not quite sure what sort of speeds the guys up front are doing. But Seelan and Ura are well down the road. So there's still a lot for me to learn about racing these cars. To start thinking a little bit about strategy here. Where are we? 4.5 laps. So that's 7. That gets us just about halfway, doesn't it? Now, one of the things I didn't do is look at the power output to see where the best place to change gear is. One of the things that I do normally do. Whoa, big slide into that one. Just wondering if changing up early is going to tame these cars down a little bit. Back of my nemesis in front. Oh. That's the one car I always have trouble getting past, is Fragger. Not a very clean overtake, that one. Not exactly what you would call textbook. Oh, too deep. Went back to my GR3 braking point there. See if it would work, and it didn't. Went a bit deep. These are a bit full on, these cars. Certainly got to think about what you're doing. Oh, really on the brakes all the way to the corner there. Whoa! See what I mean? Third gear, that turbo kicks in, and if you've got a slightest little bit of steering angle on, the back end just wants to come and eat you up for breakfast. Unfortunately, this is classic Gran Turismo. Loads of hype, big old build up on these new cars, and it is nice to have new cars, don't get me wrong, but I've been into this for 15 minutes or so, and it's already feeling like, yeah, okay, I'm just in a race. It's just like a GR1 race, nothing overly special. Where's the new track? I think if they'd released these new cars with a new track, even if it's one of the old Gran Turismo fantasy tracks, I think this would be a whole different upgrade. For the minute, as number one said, I think it was number one said, you know, he's not into these cars, so not going to waste his credits. It's a lot of credits. Ugh. 12 million credits. You know, you've got to grind Sardegna or Le Mans, one of the others, for a good few hours to get that amount of credits. Or, of course, do the World Circuit races, if you know, circuit experiences, if you haven't done those. But for me, this is feeling like any other GR1 race, if I'm honest. In fact, I'm in a BMW prototype that wants to bite and eat me. Is just a consequence, really. We did get ourselves up to 6th, and then we crashed, which was a bit of a shame. Yeah, at the moment it's just feeling like any other race, if I'm honest. Where are we? 6 seconds behind Wong at the moment. We were doing 128s until we messed up. So it'd be interesting to see what the other cars do around here time-wise. 127.354 my best. We'll do this one and try and bring this to the end of the race, and then we'll dive into one of the other cars. As I said, I'll let you decide which of the next cars you'd like to see me in. Oh, so difficult. I don't know whether to come out of that corner in second or third. A little bit too deep again. I'm just seeing how far I can push these brake zones. It's not very forgiving, this car. And also somebody's probably going to be screaming at me tyres. My tyres don't look too good on the back at the moment. But my race engineer will be saying, why didn't it come in? Car's sliding around a little bit. Oh, come on, Randy, come, Randy, come, Randy, come, come. So we've already had one big crash. Bent my new BMW. See how it lights up the tyres. Right, we'll go for another set of racing mediums. We're going to need to put some fuel in. But at the moment, it's nice to have a new car, but it looks great when it comes into the pits like that and you see it. But it just feels like any other GR1 car, really. Sort of nothing. It's not really setting my world alight. If we'd had a whoa, that was me. If we'd had a new track to really show these off, I think that would have been really good. Something with some, you know, some long straights, some nice sweeping corners or something. I don't know what, you know, obviously tracks these cars do in real life. I don't tend to watch the prototypes and the ELM cars very much. Obviously the 24-hour Le Mans everybody knows about. I wonder what other race tracks we could have had, or even if they can't license a real one, then you know, would there be one of the old archived tracks from GT5, 6 and 4 that we could have brought in? Let me know in the chat, in the comments if you're watching this later, or in the chat now, if you can think of a track that would have shown these cars off a little bit better. Obviously Le Mans would be one of the key tracks that's in the game. We'll give them that. Oh my gosh, the steering wheel just over there, it's oscillating like crackers. just been very careful with that turbo. Down in 13th place, so have I gone through fuel a lot quicker than everybody else? Are the Class C racers not going to be pitting? Are we going to need to work a strategy on this to get a win on the hard settings? I don't know. I've got a funny feeling this could be one of those races it's going to take me a good few hours to crack. Serrano's now in, I've gone too deep there. I've got to remember I did bin it, didn't I? Oh, look how slow that is out of there. Oh, and then it turbo spins up and the back end just wants to come around and say hello to the end, to the front. I said the engine's mid in this, isn't it? Oh, too deep into that one again. I went to be perfect. I wonder what it'd be like without that turbo on. Whether putting the turbo on has wrecked this car getting out of the corners, I wonder. Maybe I should take the turbo off and have a look and see how it runs. I won't do that on the next one. I'm just going to run the next cars out of the garage as they are. And I think I'm going to dive in and pull the turbo off of this. In some respects, I sort of wish that PB didn't make the turbo available for you to put on. Just keep the car completely stock. Sounds good, don't get me wrong. I ought to do an in-cockpit view as well, but imagine if I did that, I would be crashing all of the time, because visibility, I imagine, in the cockpit is going to be next to none. Just using fourth gear there to make sure we don't spin up those rear wheels like we have been doing. Come on, here we go. Oh, Fragger getting in the way again. Actually see a lot more than I thought, actually. There's a big old area on the right, on the left-hand side that you can't see out of. So that's going to make it really interesting for these corners. Oh, you can just, that A-pillar is just positioned just so that you can see the apex of the corner. Lovely big mirror on the inside so you can see what's going on behind. Obviously no mirrors on the wings on this that you can see. I don't know if there will be in VR. Imagine this would be great in VR. Lost that corner in the A-pillar though, the slower ones. Got to get round. Just got back to this view. Oh, we got a late pit stop for one of the cars. Got the Jaguar in front, one of the Class C cars. Braking a lot later than I was inclined to do there. Come on. Two laps to go after this one. Just keeping an eye on the fuel at the moment. do like this BMW. It's a lovely car. So we've had a spin. Just couldn't quite get around there. Once again now. Oh, that wasn't Serrano. Where's Serrano? It's 9 seconds down the road. So that's going to be my spin, isn't it? It's cost me that. We're actually lacking cars right now. I haven't realised. We're okay on fuel. So I think the next time I do this, I'll probably be just a little bit more aggressive on the gears, a little bit more aggressive through the corners. So probably another 1 or 2 attempts at this to push my braking points, possibly get the win. So I think this strategy is there or thereabouts. Serrano's going to win this one easily. As always with these World Circuit races, there's one car very, very, very quick on the hard settings. I can very often get second or third quite easily. Getting the win, it's another story. Bogging down out that corner and a little bit of a slide there. Just caught that with gear. Oh, that's in the barrier. There's no way we're going to close up. Oh, yeah, too many mistakes. Probably one that I'm going to have to do offline while I'm not recording live and talking. Right, so which one do you want me to do next? Which car? 128s we're doing in this car. The 128.6. Let me know in the chat which one you want me to look at. We've got the Porsche, the Peugeot and the Ferrari. I'm hoping somebody says the Porsche because I reckon that's going to be quite a favourite car with a lot of people. Although the Ferrari could as well. We're going to be a good 7 seconds off the leader here. I might go for the win in the next one. I'm just being really careful on those tyres. Whoa. Right, 7 off the leader. Takes some getting used to. It's a lovely looking car. It handles well, but you've got to be a little bit careful in certain places. 7 seconds off of Serrano and 19 ahead of Bishop. So yeah, need to do some work. Won't be clean. We got second in that one. Silver trophy. And yeah, so just finding the turbo kicking in third gear was catching me out too often. So I need to be a little bit more careful, a little bit less aggressive with the application of the throttle. I thought it would go through the corners a lot quicker than it did. That caught me out as well. But if nobody says anything, then I may well take a look at the Porsche for the next one. I can't remember the times that we were doing now. Is it 128 or something? Oh, hopefully won't. I maybe have to look back. This is the reason why I do these on the live stream or record them, so I can go back and realise the things that we had forgotten. But let's give this one another go. So we got second. We really ought to do the Ferrari, I guess, because that is the picture in the video. That's a 23 model. We run the 25 model. Which one should we do? Which one should we do? Is there anybody out there that wants to pick a car for me? I could do either the Peugeot, which I don't much fancy, the Ferrari, or the Porsche. I'm just going to turn my fan on. Let me know which one you want me to run, and then we'll go. Just wondering if my is my chat working, or has it died? Oh, we've got top chat on, not live chat. That might be why. That doesn't help. Oh, it's quite quite the workout on that. Oh, it is working. Quite the workout. I'm not gonna lie. Right, Ferrari or Porsche? Ferrari or Porsche? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a nipper by its toe. If it screams, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's the Porsche. We're going for the Porsche. We're going with medium tyres. And this car will be completely standard. Got a fully customizable ECU, blah, blah, blah. A turbocharger. Again, it looks like we can put the turbo on. A medium turbo. I'm just going to go normal on this one. And you can see there that really we want to be revving this out quite a fair bit, maybe around about 8,000-ish revs, 7,000 to 8,000 revs, something like that. We'll enter this one. We can do racing hard, racing soft, racing mediums, 950 or less on the PP. So we can bring the PP up quite a bit. So putting a turbocharger on there would work, but I don't know. Was the turbocharger a good idea or a bad idea on the BMW? Again, we got the McLaren, the Jaguar, the Audi VGT. We got the 908. It looks like we even got a Tomahawk in there as well. Tomahawk VGT possibly in there. Let's have a little look. And let's not have a look. We'll just get going. We'll get going. So we haven't got a lot of time. It's coming up for 12 o'clock. Was I doing 128 in the last one? I'm not sure. Please don't be better than the BMW. I want the BMW to be good, best, brilliant, wonderful. So we've learned quite a bit about racing these cars already. Sure that I was up with the back markers before now in the BMW. I'm just being a little bit more cautious knowing what we learned earlier. This doesn't feel quite as lively as a BMW. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I've got a lot more confidence just to lay it through the corners. I'm not so scared of third gear either. What are we doing with regards to the fuel? Like flat through there as well. Whoa! Thought the AI was going to move over a bit more than that. So my braking point is getting closer to our GR3 car. Paul's in third gear better as well. So for the moment, the Porsche seems the much easier car to drive. but it doesn't feel as quick. I'm on power level 1. Ugh. It felt with the earlier race we were up into the mix with cars before now, whereas at the moment we're still sitting in 19th. .132. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is a lot slower than the BMW. Let me see if I can get a good lap in. I'm not gonna worry about the fuel. We're just gonna go for it. So we're gonna have to come in for the tyres anyway. There we go. Needing to use second gear in the BMW. This is quite happy in third out of corners. I've got a lot more confidence in this car. Maybe putting that turbo on killed the BMW. I really need to get out in that BMW again without the turbo on it. At the moment, my advice will be leave these cars well alone. Grab the tyres. Ugh. That was me silly coming out of there in second. Find that to be a good lap. I think we're chasing 128, aren't we? 131. Still a bit slower. I have got my oscillation back in the steering wheel down that straight that time. The outside of that one. Gonna have to be second out of here, I think. Just getting into the back of Solis there. Oh, getting squeezed, getting squeezed. I'm able to push my brake in a lot later in this car than the BMW. Oh, come on, get round. Very much back to like GR2, GR1 braking points in this one. Those tyres are looking a little bit tricky. Oh! Wasn't expecting you to be coming out the pits there, not paying attention. While I was playing around with the old brake balance. Does this car feel any difference with the change of brake balance? No, not really. Not to me, and I'm not that technical. So we're only up into 14th. I feel that the BMW is a lot quicker. Even if it did require a little bit of kid glove handling. Again, third gear, I can go through there, I can change gear, keep on the power. Whereas with the BMW, it really didn't like that at all. Again, coming out of that corner in second. Said maybe the turbo, maybe I killed it with turbo. This is why, Mitchell Morgan, you don't mess around with the tuning of cars. You know that, you always break them. You make them worse. Whoa, that was a bit of a mistake there. I got a wheel in the gravel. I'll stop pushing. Trying to get this time closer to the BMW time. This does seem an awful lot slower. Like I said, a lot easier to drive. This feels like a sort of regular GR1, GR2 car, whereas the BMW was, yeah, something a bit special. Of course, it could be that I'm just settling into things. Whoa! Carrying too much speed through there, getting overly confident now. We're on 6 of 15. Got the Peugeot coming up behind. We'll give the old Ferrari a go in a minute, because the Ferrari is the car on the graphic. Tyre wear's okay, and the fuel's not bad either. I mean, you've got loads of fuel. Another 3.8 laps of fuel in this car. So it's a lot better on fuel than the BMW. So, better on fuel, easier to drive. But, as we can tell, I'm doing 131s slower than the BMW. However, on the BMW, I did put that turbo on. And if that's made all the difference. Whoa! That was a curb. That was my mistake. I did feel that I was coming through the pack a lot more in the BMW. So we were 12, we've dropped back to 13th now. So this car does feel a lot slower. Much easier to handle. Quite a fair bit slower. But is it that turbo that made the difference? This one won't be, but basically 131s. Right. Let's just come out of there. So 131s we were doing on there. I'm interested. I'm really, really interested. I'm going to come out of there. So right out. Then we'll go back in. I'm going to change the car. I'm going to put, so that was 131s. Ditch the turbo. Let's see what we can do now. So 131s. Whereas we were doing, I think, 128s before. That was 3 seconds a lap. So I've still got traction control 1 on. I'm going to put my brake balance full to the front. Fuel map 1. Oh my gosh, this is a different car again. This is so much different to when I had the turbo on. Yeah, I don't feel like it's going to bite me. So this now feels like a pussycat, whereas with the turbo on, it felt like a raging bull. Slightly wrong angle there. It'll be very, very interesting to see what the fast lap is going to be. I'm going to try and do a good lap. That seemed like a much easier overtake than the Porsche, not gonna lie. Mind you, I always said I wanted the BMW to be the better car. You know what I'm like, I do like my BMWs. Right, let's ignore the 134, that is an outlap. Can definitely brake a lot later than I was earlier on. I'm not carrying as much speed into the corners. .132s. Wow, that turbo made a massive amount of difference. So we have got to manage the turbo, but I think to win this on hard settings, the turbo is going to be a must. It's a lot tamer, but he's slower. Up to 15th, the end of lap 3. Which do I prefer, the BMW or the Porsche? I can't lie, I'm loving this BMW. All they've got to do now is to have done something with the BMW M4, GR4 car, and I'll be a happy man. Right, that wasn't a bad lap. And a 132, so 2 132s. I think if we could do another 132, then that's going to be fairly conclusive. That not a lot between the BMW and the Porsche in standard trim. Put a medium turbo on it and you bring this car to life. It goes from a pussycat to a raging beast. But it will get you good 3 seconds a lap around Sardegna, if my memory serves me correct, and it could well be wrong the way my brain is at the moment, but I think we were doing 128s, 129s. Now we're down in the 132s. So very, very similar handling, similar performance with the BMW and the Porsche in standard trim. I imagine putting the turbo on the Porsche will light it up as well. Once again, we're on lap number 4, just coming to the end of lap number 4, and we're down in 15th place. So we're definitely going to need that turbo to get the win on hard settings. That's a given. But then you've got to have a good race. No spinning, no mistakes, and managing that. So we've got a 131.577 there. So I think that the BMW slightly quicker, although I might be getting quicker with these Gr.1 prototype cars. For me, at the moment, the BMW. I prefer the BMW over the Porsche. But if you're a Porsche person, jump in the Porsche, you'll probably prefer that more than the BMW. However, we've got to do it. We've got to get into the Ferrari next. With regards to the car settings, I'm on the medium tyres. Everything else is staying the same. I'm not going to change anything. The turbocharger is normal. With regards to that, again, we're sort of similar. Around about 7,500 revs is probably going to be the optimal. So let's get into this one and we'll see what we can do in this car. So just to recap, BMW and the Porsche, very similar in stock trim. Put the medium turbo on the BMW and it lit up. It was a lot quicker. Oh, I'm not going to lie, this sounds incredible. Oh my word. I could go for the Ferrari just for the sound. It feels like it's got a jet engine in the back of it. I'm going to have to listen back on the stream after this. Obviously I've got my TV's down a little bit. You've got to, I don't know whether that's a turbo whine or quite what that is. That sound alone is going to get people in the Ferrari. Do you know what? It sounds fast and it's sort of making it feel fast. I want to put my headphones on, but I'm waiting for somebody to knock on the door if I can't. Well, I need to clear these to try and get a decent lap in. I've got in the gravel there. Just trying to stay out of the way of the car in front. Tell you what, you can't rev this out too much. it clips very, very quickly on the revs, on the gears. But I think about 7,500 revs is about where you want to be. Paul's fine in third. Just listen to that motor. Is that electric motors? This thing flies. I hate to say it. The BMW is slightly quicker, but still, oh, this is just incredible to listen to. Put this soundtrack in the BMW and I'd be sold every day of the week. I wouldn't have bothered buying either of the other 3 cars, only to complete the game. I can never get tired of that whine. Listen to it in port. I'm going to go quiet and let you enjoy the noise as I am. Whoa! Caught the wall there. I'm enjoying the noise too much. I'm not racing well enough. Right, we'll do another lap. I want to see how it compares to the BMW in lap time. Once again, the steering wheel is a lot more settled than the BMW with that turbo on it. So the only car that we put the turbo in was the BMW, and then we took it off, and it is a completely different kettle of fish with the turbo on and turbo off. Got to be electric motors, surely. It sounds like an electric motor whine. Sorry if something's gone wrong with the chat, by the way, guys. The chat's awfully quiet at the moment. There's 12 people watching. I did do a quick chat test, but it's very quiet. If there is anybody out there, let me know what you think about the sound of this Ferrari, because it is just incredible from where I'm sitting. We're in the 131s. So we're in BMW territory. So whilst I wanted the BMW to be the best car, at the moment this Ferrari is great. going to break this in a moment. I won't do the full 15 laps. This doesn't seem like a bad lap. So we'll see what this lap time is. And then we'll dive into the Peugeot. So another 131. So in my hands, the Ferrari, we're looking at 131s around here. Without the turbo, by the way. The only car that I put the turbo on is the BMW. What a sound. What a machine. A little bit naughty. Just interested in if I can just brake into the low 131s. 131.6, so we've got a 131.9, a 131.7, a 131.6. So similar sort of times to the other two cars. So I think these are all fairly well balanced cars in this one, if I'm honest. Let's dive into the Peugeot and we'll see what the Peugeot can do. For me, at the moment, I do love the BMW. I can't get away from that. But the sound of that Ferrari was just incredible. So racing medium tires again. The suspension differential I'm leaving, the downforce, everything is being left. Again, no turbocharger on it, but we do get the option to buy the medium RPM turbo. It's about the only thing that we can really do with this car other than the steering angle kit and the handbrake. But we're not going to do any of that. And we need to be trying to do some 131s. I mean, clearly I should be getting quicker. I'm getting used to these cars and the track. So it would be, yeah, let's see if we can keep this in the 131s on this occasion. Okay, sounds like a regular Gr.1 car. Nothing special with the Peugeot at the moment. Feels much like the other three cars. Done three, haven't I? Can't count while I'm driving. Without the turbo, pulls quite nicely, like the other cars. So sitting in here at the moment, I feel like I could be in either the BMW or the Porsche, if I'm honest. It's the Ferrari that is the standout car on the noise. And for many of us, you know, the noise is part of the whole experience. And for that alone, I would say the Ferrari has got my vote for the car that you should buy. Just for the noise. Of course, I would buy the BMW as well. But then again, if you're not into Gr.1 cars and Gr.1 racing, then stick with what you've got. If you get one gifted to you, happy days. I mean, save your money. These are not cheap. £3 million each, these cars. Or 3 million credits, I should say. AI coming back at me there. Ugh. Gonna give me some room, mate. Sasaki getting his elbows out there a little bit. Yeah, would I spend the money? If you want to get to 100%, yeah, no question. Do you want to experience these cars? Yeah, it's the only way you're going to do it. If you're not really into your GR1 racing and you haven't got the credits, I wouldn't get out there and grind like crazy to get these cars. I was sort of wondering if they were going to be phenomenally quicker than the other cars, and therefore you get like a two-tier GR1 prototype and a GR1 whatever, and then that would give you like your GR1 hypercars, you give you GR1 prototypes, your GR1Cs, and give you lots of little different classes within. But at the moment, nothing overly special. Not really. Not really an oh wow moment, if I'm afraid. I mean, it's nice that we've got them. It's nice to have these cars in the game, and thank you to PD for doing that. But as I said earlier on, I think if PD had released these cars and a new track to show them off, that would have been all the difference. I think I wouldn't be sitting there going, yeah, it's okay. I would be going, oh my word, this is good. This is what we want. If we'd got even if it's a fantasy track, something with some nice long straights to slipstream in, some nice S's that we could weave the car through like Suzuka. Some nice challenging hairpins. There's been some great tracks over the years that PD have released. Let's have one or two of those in the game again that can really show these cars off. And of course we know what we're going to get next week in the daily races. At least one or two of these. I dare say daily race C is going to be a prototype heavy race, but the big question will be, will one of the prototypes be the OP car, the meta car next week, or is it just going to be jump into the Mazda and just go for it? I don't know. We will have to wait and see. At the moment, as you can see, I'm down with the Peugeot, a 132 and a 133. Slightly up on this one. It'd be nice to get a 131, balance the books. Oh, there we go. Caught the barrier there. I've done that twice. I've done that. I think I've done that in just about every car. It's my mistake. Audi behind me. Sorry, Mr. Audi. Right, I'll do another couple of laps and we'll just see how we go. I want to try and get into the 131s if I can. Certainly easier to drive without that turbo strapped in the back. Oh, we're 0.3 up. trying to drive each of these in a similar manner so that we can get some comparable times. Obviously, I do tend to get quicker the more I race a track. I'm what's called as a progressive racing driver. I can't just jump into a car and just nail it. I do a number of laps to be able to get the best of a car and track combination. Slightly deep into that one. Up a slipstream now. That will help me to get down there. 131.5. So basically, all three of these cars, all of the cars, all four of them, very similar on power. Very similar. So my takeaway from this, really, let me just turn the controller on. My takeaway on this is either go with the GR1 that you've got, maybe you've been gifted one or whatever, but go with the GR1 that you've got, or go with the GR prototype that you happen to like, or that Ferrari that does sound incredible. I mean, it really did sound good. Forget the DeLorean, I won that one, but we started off with the M hybrid, the V8 25. With the turbocharger in that, it absolutely turned it into a beast. And it was for much quicker. A good couple of seconds, maybe 3 seconds a lap faster. Once we took the turbo out, it became very similar to the other cars. Then we had the Porsche. So let me just open these up. So that's the BMW. It looks fantastic. It looks really nice. And even when we were in the cockpit view, it was still very much drivable. And I'm not sure that steering wheel looks particularly realistic. It looks a bit flat and 2D to me, if I'm perfectly honest. I think they could possibly done, I don't know, maybe it's okay. Who knows? Lovely looking car. Very nice looking car. Then we jumped into the Porsche. Now, with the Porsche, I didn't run it with the turbo. I'm going to assume it's going to behave the same way. That steering wheel looks so much better. But yeah, I'm going to assume it's going to work the same way. If you put the turbo in there, it's going to absolutely light it up, and you're going to need to manage the power through the rear axle. But a very similar time to the BMW. Come to the Ferrari in a minute. The fourth one we tried was the Peugeot. Another beautiful looking car. Drove really nicely, but not that dissimilarly to the others. Again, that steering wheel looking so much nicer than the BMW. The BMW wheel looked really flat and a little bit two-dimensional for me. That looks a lot nicer. So the Peugeot looking good. I mean, it seems very strange. Of course it isn't, but it does seem a bit weird that you've got, you know, that, I guess the BMW's in the same. So I'm being a bit biased and a bit mean, really, to Peugeot. You know, you think of the others as being, you know, really big hypercars. Ignore me. I'm being really mean just because I don't like French cars. I don't like Peugeots, I don't like Renaults, and I certainly don't like Citroens. So I'm always a bit biased. Ignore me. I'm being very mean. Porsche, Ferrari, BMW, great. Peugeot, I owe you a massive apology. Sorry. It's a lovely car. It looks nice. It drives really well. And it was all in all a really great car. But here it is. I can't believe I'm saying this because I really wanted the BMW to be the car. This was the one that I really wanted. Yeah, the BMW wanted to be the car. The steering wheel, it's okay. A little bit flat, but it's okay. Certainly better than the BMW. This one sounded absolutely incredible. It really, really did sound good. And I think that if you're going to buy one of these prototype cars, then this is probably the one to do it, just for that sound. It really, really did look great. With regards to obviously the new World Circuit races, yeah, what can I say? What can I say? We've got a rally, we've got a regular, and then we've got 3 for these cars. It's a bit sort of normal. It's a bit sort of the upgrade. It's lovely to have these new cars, don't get me wrong, but it just seems a bit normal for Gran Turismo and PD. Doesn't, for me, really live up to the massive hype that we seem to get on this one. I mean, these cars were announced and they weren't even covered up, so we knew they were coming. Kaz didn't do the normal of covering them up and everybody's guessing. We knew exactly what we were going to get, which maybe has taken slightly a bit of the edge off of it. But for me, they're GR1 cars, nothing special. They didn't really, I was on the hard settings there, they didn't really blitz through the VGTs and the Class Cs and the other hypercars that were in there. They look wonderful. They're a great addition to the game, don't get me wrong. But I think PD have missed a trick here. I think if they'd released these cars and a new track that would have really showed them off, I think a lot of us would have been a lot more excited. It really do. So let me know what you think about the cars. Which one did you like best? Which one would you go and buy? Or are you going to buy all of them? And yeah, are they worth the money? 12 million credits for those cars. 12 million credits. For me, I'm going to be bouncing between the Ferrari and that BMW. The BMW purely because I loved it and I did feel it was slightly quicker. I felt more alive in it. Putting the turbo in it turned it into an absolute beast. But it sounded like everything else, in my opinion. Whereas that Ferrari sounded like a rocket ship. Sounded like it got a jet engine in the back of it. And it was really great. So I am torn between the two. I'm torn between the two. Very torn. Paul White, Ferrari sounds best. No question, my friend. No question whatsoever. And William, yo, what's up? I've just been looking at the new cars, my friend. Just looking at the new cars in the new release and just running them around Sardegna. And Paul White, it's better than paying 20 million. That's very true. That is very true. The pricing could have been outrageous. 3 million credits, these. And they're readily available in the game. They're not in Haggerty's. They're not Legends. They're readily available. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one, Paul. Most definitely. Right, I have got some work to get on with, I'm afraid. And I'm a little bit over the amount of time that I had planned for this video. We bought all of the cars. Just to remind you, the new cars in this one, the BMW Hybrid V8 25. Then you've got the Peugeot, the 9X8 25. That amazing sounding Ferrari, the 499p 2023. And finally, we have the Porsche 963 2024. Those are the prototype cars. And then also you've got that 911, the Porsche 911 Turbo S safety car based on the 992 chassis. And well, it's got lights on the top. Yeah. And how is that going to fit into it? I don't know. I really don't know. And then, of course, as far as the World Circuit races, again, I'm a little bit disappointed, if I'm perfectly honest. I took it up to 100% last night so I could see exactly what the new races were. And the new races in here is the pickup race that we're going to be doing around Fisherman's Ranch in a pickup truck. Yeah. Then the next one I picked up in here, if I can find it, that's the Prototype Series pickup truck. I've lost it now. Oh yeah, the FR Challenge. So we've got an FR Challenge, a 550 PP Limited, I'm going to assume, race around Gr.1 in reverse. Yeah, one to tick off. And then as far as the prototypes are concerned, 3 new races, obviously. And we've got Watkins Glen International. We've got Le Mans at Circuit de la Sarthe. And that's only 7 laps, that one. The others are 15. And then Sardegna that we were doing just now. Didn't complete, well, I completed 1 race and got second because I spun it. But yeah, I should have had you on the game camera there. So yes, PD, thank you for the update. Very nice. It's nice that we're getting these updates without shelling out more money for DLCs and the like. But on the whole, that is really all you're going to get in 1.7 that I've seen. I haven't gone into the full details. I've just gone into what's here. The extra menu book, for those of you that didn't catch me earlier on, well, you can get that extra menu book by having the old cars. It's not even the new cars that you need for extra menu number 54. You need the Porsche 911 Hybrid 16, the Audi R18 2016, and the Toyota TS050 Hybrid 2016. So all of those are the old 2016 models. The seasonal menu, well, that does require the 4 new cars. And I'm not going to lie, I got a DeLorean for collecting these cars. So I spent £12 million, 12 million credits, and I wound up with a DeLorean. If that isn't a smack in the teeth, I don't know what is. Oh, there we go. Anyway, I'm just going to pick up this ticket while I close out. Thank you ever so much to everybody that has watched this video. If you have enjoyed it, please smack the like button. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing for more like this. And there you go. I don't want an engine part. That was a complete waste as well. Crankshaft or bottom end, whatever that was for a McLaren. But we did get 500,000 credits earlier on, which was quite nice. I will see you this evening. I can't believe that I've done this now, but we're going to be racing these cars tonight at PSR in the lobby racing from 9 o'clock. I've picked Watkins Glen Long, Le Mans, Sardegna, so basically the races that we've just done, but shorter number of laps, just 8 laps. And I have thrown Monza in because I thought Monza might show these off a little bit better. Those are the races that we've got tonight. Come and join us at 9 o'clock. It will be for registered racers only, so if you're not registered, why not? Come and register. Come and register and come and have some great racing with us. And with that, I'm just going to bid you a good day for the rest of your day, and I'll see you at 9 o'clock later. For now, take care. Bye.